Have you ever found yourself going over that last conversation again and again, replaying what you said, what they said, and maybe wishing you'd handled it differently? Or maybe hoping that they would just admit that they were wrong? I talk to so many moms who feel trapped in this cycle, and they think if my child would just apologize, I could finally move on. But what if that apology doesn't come? Are you willing to stay stuck forever waiting? Or is it time to choose peace, even if you're not told you were right? So I think you can understand by now, this isn't about being right. Do you want to choose peace or do you want to choose being right? And some people have that personality where they just choose, they just have to be right all the time or they just want to win. And that is not going to serve you. So today I have 4 points that I want to talk to you about that. Number one is the weight of the waiting. If you're waiting for someone to admit that they hurt you, that could become a prison of your own mind. When we wait for an apology, we're unknowingly putting our healing in someone else's hands. You may feel like your pain isn't valid unless they say, I'm sorry. But your pain is real, whether they acknowledge it or not. You know what your pain is. No one else can describe that for you but you. But every day you might be waiting for them to own their part. And that is another day that you're not being fully present in your life, in your joy, and finding any peace. And so you deserve better than being on pause for something that may not come. Not every single family that reconciles necessarily gets that apology. But if you are dead set and stuck on getting that, I want you to rethink that. What would it look like to stop waiting and start healing? So I want you to think about that. Number two is their silence. Their silence does not always equal your guilt. So silence can feel like a punishment, but it's not always personal. And, moms often wonder if they're not reaching out, does that mean they don't think that they did anything wrong? That eats away at your peace. But sometimes their silence can come from pain, immaturity, their own unhealed wounds, not a verdict of your motherhood. You can still grieve the silence without letting it define your worth. And letting go of their silence, however long that has been, and I'm not saying this is easy, but letting go of the silence itself means that you stop handing them the pen to write the rest of your life, to write the rest of your story. If this is resonating with you, I want to personally invite you to my upcoming retreat for moms, my Empower Mom weekend. It's a weekend designed to help you stop waiting for the closure that may not come as fast as you want it to, but to start building the peace you deserve now. You'll be surrounded by other women who truly get it and are walking the same path. These moms are ready to grow. If that is you, whether you're navigating complete silence or constant tension in your relationship, this retreat is a safe space to reset and rediscover who you are beyond the pain. And so you can grab all the details below and register. When you are ready to choose healing, this is for you because it does start with you. And so I look forward to hearing from you, but it's in the show notes below, all the information. You can reach out to us. We'd be happy to share all of that with you. It is just coming up here in 3 weeks in the end of April. So look forward to seeing you there. Number 3 is letting go of being right. Like I said, some of you might have grown up that way. Maybe you have that mentality that you always have to be right. But you have to let that go if you want peace. Letting go of being right to make room for peace. The desire to be seen as right is often tied to the pain of being misunderstood. And as a mom, you want to prove that I did my best. I tried. I wasn't the villain here. You're the one that changed. You're the one that did X, Y, Z. Moms try to prove this sometimes. The cost of needing to be right is so heavy. So letting go of that fight between resentment and emotional exhaustion, it isn't a weakness. It's actually wisdom. And you are choosing your future over your need to fix the past. Did you catch that? You are choosing your future over your need to fix the past. And to me, that's strength and wisdom. You can know that you were right in a situation and still decide to stop needing confirmation from someone else. And in this case, your adult child. So If you can release the need to be understood by them and choose peace for yourself, that's the beginning of you rewriting your story. And lastly, number 4, peace is a gift. And peace is a gift that you give yourself. True peace isn't handed to you by someone else other than God, but it's created inside of you. When you realize that closure doesn't require their participation, you can take your power back. For those of you that have been waiting a long time for your kids, I still hold out hope for that. I still hold out hope that there will be reconciliation, but in this waiting period, this is what we need, is we need to find that peace. And I know a lot of you have it, and you're starting to gain it. You're getting the tools to be able to navigate and take your own power back. And so you can write the ending of this chapter, even if they're not ready to turn the page. This whole chapter of estrangement or navigating hard times with them, they may not be ready to move on, but you can. So choosing pace may, for a lot of you, mean journaling. For those of you that have a strong faith, that is going to be key because your peace comes from the Lord. Seeking community, or simply setting down the heaviness of all of this and try to find some moments of joy. And I know it can be difficult, especially in the beginning, but the more you practice it, just like anything else, you're going to build that muscle. I want you to know that peace is found in moments where you honor yourself, not when someone else finally says what you wish you could hear. Peace isn't a reward for fixing the relationship. It's a gift you give yourself regardless of the outcome. I hope that helped you today. I'll see you in the next episode. God bless.